Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be broken up into two parts. The first part is going to be get ready with me, as well as talk about me becoming a micro influencer and the pros and the cons of that. The second video is going to be broken into me showing you guys how I take my pictures and how I edit my photos. It's very simple, it's not hard at all, but let's go ahead and jump right on in. So the first thing I'm going to do is pin up my hair. I always like to pin up my hair and get it out of my face before I start doing my makeup. I'm in Texas, y'all, and we've been getting this little ice storm. They said on Tuesday and Wednesday it's supposed to be 1 degree. Like, I moved from Ohio just so I didn't have to deal with this snow shit. So, and, you know, being in Texas, I've been in Texas for about 5 or 6 years now. Maybe a little bit longer. No, a little bit longer. Maybe like 9 years. Holy shit. Anyway, but being in Texas, people don't know how to drive in normal weather. So can you imagine people driving and it's snow and stuff? Your girl will be in the house. And while I'm in the house, why not just make videos for you guys? Hold on, let me focus on my brows first. Let me fill in these bad boys and then we can get to, you know, talking about that. But y'all know when I do my brows, it's like a freaking Olympics event. So hold on. I'm just filling in the top as well as like the bottom. And I'm using kind of like semi-soft strokes to do this. And just doing upward so it makes it look like, you know, hair strokes in there. Oh my goodness, for the longest time I have been recording in this high ass fucking light, and my exposure was too damn high. So what would happen is in post-production I would have to freaking darken it up, and then I got an idea, like an epiphany, like, bitch, why don't you just record darker instead of having to do it later? I was like, I swear, sometimes I'm just not the brightest when it comes to certain shit. Like, certain shit just doesn't click for me all the time. It just doesn't. So normally I use Maybelline to conceal my brows, but I'm actually out of it for whatever reason. Well, you use it, so that's the reason. But anyway, I have not been to Ulta, y'all. I tell y'all this in every single video. I still have not taken my ass up there to Ulta. I need to go. Between work, doing videos, and then me just being lazy, I just haven't went. So I need to go. But anyway, I'm going to be using this. I got this from the beauty supply store. I'm going to use this color right here. And I'm going to see, because I really like my Maybelline stuff in the shade 148. This is my shit. I really like that to clean up my brows, but it just didn't. I don't know. I just ran out. I tried to use like a thicker pencil, because right now I use this, which is like a square tip. I tried to use like a thicker one, like how I see on the Instagram videos and shit. That's just not for me. Okay, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna start kind of down here, because I find that if I start like immediately under my brow, like some of the product gets stuck there and I can't seem to like clear it the way I need to. That's gonna be too bright. I don't like that. I'm gonna wipe that off because I don't like the way that's looking. I can already tell it's gonna be too bright for me. I'll do this shade right here. Let me show y'all. This one, we're gonna do this one, and hopefully that one's dark enough, because that first one was a no-no. Now this might be too damn dark. Shit, I can't win for losing. I don't know. We're gonna just use this and call it a day, because your girl don't have time for this shit. Sorry, y'all. I told y'all I can't multitask. It's a struggle. Clean up the top of them. Y'all know I went through a phase where I didn't clean the top, but now we're back to cleaning the top. I just like a really crispy brow, and this helps me to get my crispiness. So. Okay, so we are off to a good start. Once you get the brows together, I feel like if my brows come out good, then I know, like, all right, we done did something here. But let me go ahead and find my eyeshadow base, and then we can go ahead and get started on this look about what we about to do. Eyeshadow base on. This is the Grafton Cosmetics eyeshadow base. Comes in like this little tube right here. And it's because I ran out of my Anastasia. But when I first started doing my makeup, I did use this, so you know, still pretty good. Let's go ahead and talk about the pros and the cons of being an influencer. I can only tell y'all about my experiences doing this. I can honestly say that the good outweighs the bad as far as like being an influencer. I've had some bad things happen, but not as bad as like other people. I've heard their stories. It hasn't been that bad. Y'all go ahead and be prepared, because y'all know I can't talk and work at the same time, so this video is about to be long. Okay, so this is the Juvia's Place Wahala palette. I'm gonna be going in with like these little colors right here. Actually, that whole little lineup, I think I'm gonna go in with that. But we're gonna start with that lighter shade first. So when I say there are pros and cons to doing this, there are definitely pros and there's definitely cons. There's perks of being an influencer. Like, I'm a micro influencer. Like, I'm not a big influencer yet. Eventually I will be. You know, you gotta speak some things into existence. But I get a lot of free shit. I cannot tell y'all the last time I went and actually purchased makeup or palettes or anything like that. It's been a while, and I have like a ton of shit. I can show y'all that in another video, but I have a ton of shit, so you get like a lot of shit free. But I have noticed that smaller businesses, normally when they send you stuff, they want something in return, versus bigger businesses, when they send you stuff, they really don't want nothing in return. They just like praying and hoping that you use it in one of your videos and shout them out, which 9 times out of 10 you are, especially if it's a good product. This color, I'm just kind of taking it and just applying it basically everywhere, just doing like a nice little build up. We're gonna go in with that brown next. We're gonna do like a soft shimmer. In my mind, I kind of want to add like a little bit of light blue, but I'm not sure how that's going to come out. So now I'm going in with this dark brown color, and I'm gonna add this right into my crease. Go into this like with an open mind. Make sure that this is something that you actually have a passion for and that you like doing it and it makes you happy, because if this isn't something that you like doing and you're just in it for like the money or just in it for the fame, it's going to show. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take some time and you're going to take some L's. So in order for you to get back up from them L's, you have to be wanting to do this. And if you don't want to do it, you're not going to get back up. So make sure this is something that you want to do. And it doesn't have to be beauty. It could be anything. Whatever it is that your passion is, just make sure that you hone into it. I think if this wasn't like something that I really wanted to do, I would have gave up like when I first got the first couple of trolls, or you know what I'm saying, when the first door closed on me and I didn't see the recognition right away. Like, I would have gave up then. I have a really good audience who really supports me. They be supporting me when my shit be fucked up, and they also support me when shit be going well. So if it had not been for them, I don't think I would be continuing to do this shit. Like, I'd be like, oh no, this ain't for me, dog. Not at all. I have my Fenty Beauty bronzer in front of me. I'm gonna just use some of that because I feel like this right here is like really harsh. So just to kind of soften that up, to kind of soften it up, I'm gonna go in with that Beauty bronzer. Mocha Mommy is the shade, and we're just going to just bring it in here just to make that like a nice little soft transition. You know what I'm saying? There is enough room for everybody to eat, boo. And if you show somebody how to do something, that is not going to change anything. My favorite saying, and I don't know when it came out, my favorite saying ever is, I can give you the recipe, but the sauce ain't gonna taste the same. But that's just what I live by. I'm like, I don't mind giving people the recipe. That's cool. The sauce ain't gonna be the same, buddy. I think people are like really afraid of getting their spot taken. I'm not afraid of getting my spot taken. You know why? Because this spot was ordained by Jesus himself. So I'm not worried about any of that. Hone in on what you like to do. Make sure you're consistent with that. Make sure you post constantly. Like, you have to post. I'm not saying post 2, 3, 4 times a day like I do. I personally do that because I like to get all my videos out the way and then I can move on to the next video. But you do not have to do that. I'm just making sure this is like really blended, y'all, like soft, because it was looking kind of harsh like this, looking kind of harsh, and I just really wanted it to be a little bit soft. So going back in with that Beauty bronzer. Why do I keep calling it Beauty bronzer? I don't know. The Fenty Beauty. There we go. Make sure you are posting, even if you don't see 0 likes. If you get no likes, that's cool. Keep fucking going. Somebody is watching you. I'm telling you. Real Techniques don't like my shit. Black Radiance don't like my shit. Lily Lashes don't like my shit. But you know what? They were watching and they sent me stuff. So even if you feel like nobody's watching your stuff, you ain't getting no likes, somebody is seeing you, mama. So keep pushing. Keep going. Don't worry about the likes. The likes don't damn matter, because there's a lot of people out here that get 1 million likes and have low fucking self-esteem. So keep fucking pushing. I said I was only going to use one palette, but I lied. I'm sorry. It's the Warrior palette. And I'm going to be using this color right here. This is the one. I'm not going to cut my crease or anything. I'm just going to go in with a fluffy brush and just get it right on in there. It's going to be our thing. Yep, look at that. Boom. I actually got into doing makeup tutorials because I was already doing my makeup to go to work. And so I was like, well, why not record? That will help me. My consistency is what built my following and is still building my following. Like, we are growing daily. Like, wow. The speed that I'm growing is sometimes it's a little scary. Like, oh, y'all like my shit? Oh, wow, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I only thought my following was going to be made up of 600 people, and I was cool with that because I knew who I was and I wasn't really pressed about the extra, what baby say, all that fame. I don't care about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just happy that I was helping somebody. I am the representation of not giving up. Like, I failed so many times. I go back and see some shit. I failed so many times, but I didn't give up. And that's why we here today. I'm gonna go in with this blue right here, this one. And I'm gonna put that in my inner corner. I know people mention getting into this because they feel like you get paid. Honey, you do not get paid for everything that you do. Especially when you start out. Oh, that's cute. Especially when you start out, you do not get paid. I put it in the world of working for like a nonprofit. You love what you do, but you do not get paid. Point. Do not do everything for free. And I'm gonna tell you why. Hold on, let me finish blending this. I feel like it might need to be a little bit more blue. I mean, I like that, but I think something's missing. I don't know what it is. Okay, so you do not want to do everything for free. And I'm gonna tell you why you don't want to do everything for free. So when these companies send you stuff and they're banking on you making videos, or they put it as a requirement, let me say that. If you put it as a requirement that I have to make a YouTube video, a post, and tag you and all this extra stuff, you got all these lists of requirements, you are making money off of me because somebody, whether it's one person or it's 10 people, somebody is going to go and buy your product based off of me. You are also going to take my video and post it on your website, right? As like a marketing tool. So you are making money off of me in exchange for whatever product that you send to me. That to me, that's not gonna work for me. They always say free exchange ain't no robbery. That right there is not, oh, I'm sorry, even exchange. Even exchange ain't no robbery. That is not an even exchange to me, because you, even after the week trial or whatever you put me on, the requirements are, even after that, you're still going to be making money off of me because now I'm on your website. So I don't feel ashamed by asking people to pay me for my work. It's because it takes me 2 to 3 hours to create the content. You're still going to be banking money off of me even after I submit the requirements. So you're going to pay me for something. I used to be like, no, I'm not going to charge people because, you know, I just want to do right by people. This is a nasty industry and you will not make it long with that mentality. I'm not saying don't look out for some people. Definitely look out for some people, but you'll know whether their heart is in the right place when they email you. Okay, so to make this like a softer transition, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty bronzer again and just kind of go in here just to make that like a little softer transition, because right now it's a little harsh. Bigger brands will send you products, and if you use them, the only thing they ask you to do is shout them out, which is reasonable. You use their product, shout them out. They don't tell you like, hey, I need you to do this, I need you to make this, I need you to do that. They don't tell you that as bigger brands because they know that whatever they're selling is going to speak for themselves. Smaller brands have not really gauged that yet. Like, it just, sometimes it really bothers me working with some small businesses. I'm not saying all of them, but some small businesses, that bothers me. That is one of the traits that irritates the shit out of me. Then you want to try to put me on a contract. If a big brand with over 40 million followers ain't putting me on a contract, I'm not signing no contract with you and doing all this extra stuff to me. And that was my mentality before I had a big following. That was my mentality when I had 600 followers. I turned down so many damn deals like, bitch, you got me fucked up. Like, I'm just not doing it. Hang on, y'all, because y'all know I got to focus when I do this. So, hold on. Because I'm going to try to do a wing liner today. And I'm going to try to do some graphic liner, too. Oh, I did it! Yes, honey. Yes, bitch. That is wing-tastic. I was gonna do like a little bit of graphic right on top of it, but I feel like that might be a little bit too much. I don't know, I'm thinking. Oh, fuck it. I'm gonna go for it. Whatever. So this is the 𝔼𝕬𝕐𝕬 Beauty Liner. It's activated by water. It's a black-owned company. And this is in the shade Titan. So I'm gonna try to apply this right above the previous line. Y'all know I am bad at this, so I'm not really sure if it's gonna work. I'm hoping so, but you just never know with art. You just never know. It could work, it could not work, okay? See, I know I gotta focus, so I'm gonna shut up. I think I kind of messed it up a little bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna go back in with the black. The good thing about black is that it conceals any imperfections. So I just went back in with the black and just applied it like the liner and just kind of messed up. I mean, like blended it out wherever it needed to be blended, because I mean, I'm still working on my graphic liner game, but I feel like this ain't too bad, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so now I'm going in with the 𝔼𝕤 Beauty lashes. These are used, so don't judge me. But these are the style short, and I'm going to be going in applying those. But first, I'm going to let that glue dry on those, so we're going to move on to the rest of our face. Okay, at this point, I'm going a little bit crazy and a little bit rogue. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing right now, but it's okay. It's going to come out great. So I'm going to use the e.l.f. primer, and I'm going to prime my face, because you always need to prime before you go ahead and jump right on in. So that last part, I told y'all, like, I don't mean to come off bougie or anything like that. Like I said, I'll still do some free stuff if I feel like it's worth it. But shit, you feel comfortable enough asking me to sign a contract and all this extra shit, I feel comfortable enough to ask you for some money. That's just where I am. Okay, so I'm gonna put on my lashes now. I'm just gonna put that on. So before you guys, I would say before you start accepting deals and promoting to your audience, always ask yourself if your audience will be able to benefit or use that product, because it makes no sense for you to be promoting a product that your audience cannot use. So I'm not going to promote something, let me see a good example, a Pilates machine, because my audience is not Pilates people, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're makeup people, they're interested in makeup, so I would want to promote things that are makeup related. It would just be smart to do that. Like, don't go out here and be promoting anything other than what your niche is, you know what I'm saying? Hone in on that. So cute, so cute. Ooh, 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 ooh. Anytime I do graphic liner, I always feel like a damn super villain or a superhero or some shit, because it's just, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. We're going to be using my Truffle 362 Maybelline 24-Hour Wear Foundation. And I'm just going to apply this all to my face. Definitely use hashtags, especially in the beginning. Like right now, I'm shadow banned, so I can't use hashtags. Come on, Ari. Talk and work, talk and work. But I can't use hashtags because I am shadow banned. Instagram has shadow banned me. So a lot of people that find me, they normally find me on their explore page. But in the beginning, I definitely maximize my usage of hashtags. Like I said, I'm kind of shadow banned. Like, it's to the point, like, if I use a hashtag, then only like a couple people will see my posts. If I don't use hashtags, then a lot of people will see them. Just kind of try to go back and forth, because I'm not sure if everybody's shadow banned, but I know for sure I am. I've tried a hashtag generator. It doesn't really work. So the best tips that I would have for hashtags is to make sure that you search things that are within your niche. Is it niche or niche? I don't know. Search things that are within your niche. And then also a good tip that helped me in the beginning is to make sure that when you do hashtags, don't do hashtags with like 1 million posts. You want to do, let's say if you only have 500 followers, you want to do hashtags that have maybe like 2,000 posts, 3,000 posts. So go into them, like open up the hashtag, and if it has like 3,000 posts, 15,000 posts is pretty good as well, because the lower amount of posts it has, the more chances you have of being seen. Oh my goodness, I haven't used this in a while. Let's use this. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Wear, and it's in the shade, I don't know y'all, but it's this one. When I started, I did my hashtags anywhere from like 20 to 30. I think 30 is the max they allow you to use, and I would max them bitches out. Okay, so I was posting consistently, using my hashtags, and then also knowing what times to post. Like, if you know what time to post, it's the best thing for you. I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out. So just kind of starting up in here. This looks more red, but I think it should be fine. It just looks really red, but I'll go in and deepen that up. But yeah, knowing what times that your people are online, like people that follow you, the best way to see that will be going to your Instagram insights. If you don't have a business account, I would totally suggest getting a business account, business or creator account. Definitely helps because you can see your insights, you can tell like where people are coming from and everything. So definitely suggest doing that as well. And you can see what time people are going to be online. You really need to post your work when people are online. Previously, like I think I'm shadow banned from times too, because previously like my time frame was 1 o'clock. Like I could reach a lot of people at 1 o'clock, and now I can barely reach maybe like 5,000 people. So definitely find out what times like your people are online and then go from there. This is really red. Hopefully, I think it dries down and it becomes a different color, but like this is super damn red. Time to post is when people get off of work, so maybe like around 5 or 6, and people could go to lunch. Like when people are taking their lunches, you want to post around then too. People normally take their lunch anywhere from like 11 to 1ish. I have a late lunch, so and most of the time what people do is they go on their phone, they go on Instagram, they go on social media, and they look. So that's a good time to post as well. Oh my goodness, did I tell you where I got that brush from? I got that brush from Real Techniques, honey. They sent me that, and this is like the little contour brush. This brush is the damn truth, okay? Like that's my shit. I love that brush. So I've tried to blend out a couple times with this little brush. This is also from Real Techniques. It's the highlighting brush or the concealer brush, and I've tried and the first couple times I didn't like it, but we're gonna try again and see what happens and see if this will help me to blend that pop of blue under the eye. I think it's gonna be great. But anyway, also using other platforms besides Instagram. I cannot personally do Facebook. I feel like Facebook is the ghetto, honey, but that is where I started until to me Facebook is just super fucking toxic. Those groups on there are fucking toxic. They say they are there to build up, but it's just like it's a popularity contest. So I really don't do Facebook, but I did do, and I still do, Pinterest. Pinterest is a good one. I know people sleep on Pinterest a lot, but Pinterest will help you grow your following as well, because a lot of people go on there especially for makeup just to see like and get inspiration ideas. And so if they can find your account, they'll also find you on Instagram. So normally what I'll do on Pinterest is, instead of me naming it like blue look or pop a pink look, I'll name it like IG RJ Parker, just so you know where this content came from and you can go and follow me. So that's a good one as well, especially if you're trying to like build your brand. Don't be afraid to say no because you feel like that's going to be your only offer. I'm telling you, there are going to be plenty offers that come your way. Just keep grinding. But don't get yourself stuck into something that you can't get yourself out of. You know, like that's the worst. So don't be afraid to say no. If it don't sit right with you, say no. Make sure you read the contract before you sign it. If you're going to sign a contract, make sure you read what the fuck it says. Okay? Because sometimes I've had people send me contracts and they're like, well, I need you to post weekly. You need who to post weekly? Who? And you're not paying me and I'm not getting commission? Ah! You are hilarious. You are fucking hilarious. Absolutely not. And I know some people are going to be like, well, you're doing it for the big brands. Let me tell you why I'm doing it for the big brands. So the big brands have sent me stuff. Number one, they have not put me on a contract. I have not come across a big brand that has asked me to do a contract or anything, or post weekly or anything like that. The most they'll ask you to do is just to unbox it on your story. That's it, one time, to unbox it. Not even you create a video for it, because once again, they know that their product is going to speak for themselves. So if I can just get it in your hands, I know that you won't want to use it and you want to shout me out every time that you do use it. That's how the bigger brands work. It's kind of like when somebody, like you was already gonna do something, but when somebody tells you to do it, you like, bitch, I don't want to do it now. It's kind of like that. Like when you force me to do some shit, I'm like, oh fuck that, I don't want to do it. I was already gonna do it for the free, but see, you done fucked yourself out of a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Now we're gonna bake, and I'm just going to go under my eye. I like to drag it out a little bit, but again, it's just me. You don't have to. Making sure that you are relatable, honey. Make sure that you interact with people. You are not that damn famous where you can't say hi to people that comment to you or say thank you. Like, I don't like that shit. As much as I can, I'm not saying that I don't miss some, because I do miss some. But as much as I can, I try to interact with people because that's super fucking important. You are not You are not famous. Where people feel like they cannot reply to your shit. Like, no. And that's what kills me when people be like, thank you for replying. Like, you know I'm normal, right? Like, I'm just like you. Shit, I got problems just like you. I always tell, because my boyfriend says that. He's like, you're an influencer. Like, no, fuck, I'm not. I am RJ Parker. But I always tell him, as long as I have to fucking work a 9 to 5, bitch, I'm just like y'all. When I can stop working 9 to 5 and this shit pays my bills full times, then I will be a little bit different. Until then, we on the same page. Now we're gonna make it with our Fenty Beauty. This is the bronzer, and we're gonna bronze up these cheeks, honey. Them cheekbones, just to bring them out just a little bit. I be feeling like y'all for real, like my real life sisters and some of y'all brothers. But I be feeling like y'all for real, like my sisters and brothers though, because I didn't have like a really strong bond with my my brothers and stuff growing up. So I be feeling like this is the family I never had. Like, oh my goodness, look at us all playing and joking and living and stuff. Do not get hung up on the amount of followers you have. I'm telling you, that will slow you down each and every time. Do not worry about that. It's a lot of people who put a lot of value in followers. I have never been one of those people. I don't give a fuck. The same way I'm hustling now, it's the same way I was hustling when I had 30 followers, and that's just never going to change. So don't put a lot of value in the amount of followers you have, because there's a lot of people out here with 50,000, 300,000, 500,000 followers, and they still stay home with their mama. So don't do that, okay? Because it just be stupid. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with just a regular brown pencil. We're gonna line these lips up, okay? Oh my goodness, I forgot to tell you guys. So I am in the works of having my own lip gloss and lip gloss. My own lipstick and lip gloss is pretty soon, so I'm pretty excited. I'm in the process of actually I know I can't focus. Of actually sampling some things. So once I receive all the samples, y'all know, I really feel bad for my vendors, because I put them through a lot. I be like, no, I don't want that one. Why I look like that? I put them through a lot of shit. So the fact that they want to deal with me is really good. But I'm in the process of having those sent out, so I'm super excited. I'm always losing shit. I wanted to use my MAC Cherish lipstick, but I cannot seem to find it anywhere. So we're gonna use MAC Angel. I need to get some more of this because it's run out. But it's like a soft pink, and it's so pretty with brown. And this has been like my go-to lately. Like my favorite. I hope you guys got something from the video. If you're still here, make sure you go ahead and subscribe, honey. Ew. So to top this off, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Sparkling Rose Lip Plumping Gloss. And I'm just going to put it right here in the center. Gorgeous lips. Okay, so let's go ahead and blend all of this out. I do not think that I'm going to put any shadow under my eyes, because I kind of like the way they're looking right now, so I'm just gonna leave them. We're gonna blend this out. I think this came out pretty good for me not knowing what the fuck I was doing at first, so I think it came out pretty good. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. So I'm just blending this all out. Alright, and then make sure you guys stay tuned for part 2, where I show you guys how I actually take my photos and stuff. Yeah.